Man, every evening I leave work with the same question. Like every day I leave work, I leave with the same question. Who am I when a title come off? And it's one of those things where I think it's a gift and a curse because you're at a location where the work is flexible, the work is aligned with what you want to do, the work is on par with what you've already been building. But I ask myself all the time, am I losing my identity by hiding behind a title? Am I suppressing my skill sets by leading with I'm the XYZ of XYZ? And sometimes I do try to use that to my advantage. But then I challenge myself afterwards, like, you could have got that if you didn't even like name drop. And it's kind of one of my back and forth things because even working for myself, you lead with CEO, you lead with founder, you lead with, I created this thing or I'm the visionary. And and every time I went into somebody's room or networking event or a mixer or whatever it is, you know how it goes. You kind of have one of those things where you say, "Yeah, I'm Reggie. I'm the founder of da da," and you're going around talking to everybody. And I go home and I wonder, who the hell remember me? Did they remember me? Did I remember them? Because everybody who introduced themselves to me through their title, I probably never called them back. And I know it's been hundreds of people who I've given my business card to, or we exchange numbers, we tap the phone, and we exchange contact, and then they never call. And I wonder the reason why they never called because they didn't see any value in calling me anyway. So it's like you do these networking events, you go out there to build your network. They know who you are. They know where you work at. They know what you've built, but they still haven't even learned you and how you made decisions, why you built this company, why you built this brand, why you chose to go work at this company, why you chose to go work at this corporation, and you're sitting there wondering why you don't really have a network, but you went out networking. It's the craziest concept. It's the craziest thing that I've kind of come to grips with, and it didn't hit me until I got this role currently where I was going to do this work with or without this title. I was going to be a part of this institution and this industry and this process of, rev share and the athletic space without this title. But then I lean on my title, or I'm sitting in this room and I introduce them as Reggie Calhoun. I'm the director, and all these things, and you realize like nobody across from the table even move when you say it because one, the people don't even know what that level of title even means. The only people that know what a title means are the people that's actually internal of the corporation, because a director in a institution could technically be a manager at a Fortune 500, right? Because if you don't have executive director or senior whatever in front of your title, so titles only have meaning within the organization. It doesn't have meaning outside. And I've kind of had to battle with that because you want to make sure that you're not being arrogant. Because am I only saying that because I think I'm bigger than a program? Or am I saying that because I know that majority of my work involves more than just the people internal? Because yes, internally, title matters. Internally, title matters. Because when you're in the meetings and y'all are having a meeting and you raise your hand and you speak, you only gonna get respect because you raise your hand and they know what the title is. But if you raise your hand outside in a meeting that has nothing to do with your corporation or your job, don't nobody really care about that. And it's kind of sickening when you say it out loud, because when you leave work, who are you outside? Because you go to the bar and you go to happy hour and you just sit around and you start meeting people at the bar and happy hour, and they say, so what do you do? And you start throwing out these titles that have no relevance and no substance to the real world. You ask yourself, like, man, am I really worth it? Am I really doing the work? And and I've I've confirmed this both in my own business and in the employment side. You can walk in a room and say, "Yeah, I'm the CEO, the founder of XYZ," and they're gonna say, "Oh, that's cool. So what y'all do?" You can say, "Yeah, I'm the creator, I'm the head investor in whatever," and they're gonna say, "Oh, okay, yeah. So what you do?" You saying those things has no relevance to people outside. And I think I spent a lot of time trying to explain to people, yeah, I'm the CEO of the this and this and the founder of this and this. Here's what we do, and this is how we help, and this is what we roll with. And at the end, they're still like, yeah. So where you from? You from around here? You you live in this area? And I'm like, nah, I'm actually from here, and nah, I moved here because. So it's almost like they was like, yeah, good story, dude. Hey, where you from again? Hey, what you here for? Hey, what you doing? And it's funny because you like have those things where you'll have a meeting and then you'll leave out and you think the meeting went well, it doesn't go well. My question to anybody, I mean even you, it'll be, who are you outside the meeting? When you can't name your title, when you can't name who you work for, when you can't name what you built, who are you outside of that?